Okay. So yeah. So when we last saw you guys, you were actually successfully defending the bocage. Like you had parked your mines down about here. I think it was
Yep.
about 2/3 of the way down that alley laneway. The two Panzer fours were caught at the top. They had two platoons coming in behind them. They had sent one of the platoons forward to try and clear the mines and get through, and they had crept down the bocage. There'd been a whole thing about the fact that the commanders of the tanks actually weren't particularly good leaders as far as the infantry were concerned. Then to that point, I think it was Eric
Hmm.
went, hold on a second, I've got an MG42, and that's very small. That's a very small gap right there. There's not a lot of movability. So how about I have some fun and shoot down it, which you proceeded to do.
Yeah.
There was a desperate attempt by some of the Panzer Grenadiers to clear the mines that were in the middle of the road, which failed
Yeah.
because
I shot one of them in half.
you
I seem
cut
to
one of
remember.
them. That's correct. The exact language as I was listening last night, I was doing 7 other things, was you cut them in half. Yes, that's correct. So
The other one I didn't do so well, but I think he's got at least a headache.
he does, and they were not feeling the love. At the same time, there was a furious battle going on to the north of you, across the Bocage line, sort of here, where it looks like
Mm.
the Germans have sent a majority of their infantry. So whilst the Panzers are kind of forced onto this road, there's really not. They really can't cross these fields. They're sort of wet and muddy and all of the same problems that your own tanks are facing at the moment in other places. So they are forced down this road, and there was no attack coming in from the south. It was just stuff going on to the north. Does that sound correct
That's what
to
we're talking about. And
you?
I shot kind of out of initiative because I'd just taken decision to fire, and we were going to do initiative, I believe, and everybody else was going to get a turn. Now,
That is correct.
what I can't do though is move my little counter onto the map.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, this bloody setting I've got to remember to do. All right. Anyway, allow me to just put your characters on the thing and we'll worry
Which
about
is funny because it does actually call this a counter attack map.
it. It does. Okay, so that's Jack is the ghost.
That was
Okay,
deep.
I'm here.
Luca is there. Ripper, I think, was about there. Sounds about right.
I think I was just in some bocage. I don't think I've actually shot it or done anything at this
No.
time.
Nobody's done anything apart from me.
We
Ah,
just
yeah, that
we,
was
we
that's
just
cool.
dropped Tripper is where I was.
Oh, actually, hold on.
Okay. Yeah, I might have been on the. Was I on the right flank? I can't remember.
That's.
Okay.
RC was over
Yeah.
here as well.
Yeah.
I actually think Jack was down this line somewhere. Eric
was.
is obviously parked here, going, yay! Is that everyone? So that's. Now, can you guys
I'm sure.
your?
I'm sure
Can you
Stu.
guys
I'm
move
sure
your
Stu wasn't.
tokens,
Yeah,
please?
but I'm sure Stu wasn't here.
And I
He
moved
was
my
he was
token.
somewhere else.
Oh, actually,
Because I was.
Stu, had you made the run for the barn and the farmhouses?
Oh, did I? Yeah, there was a talk of me doing that, wasn't there?
Over here?
Yeah, I don't know if I managed to get. Yeah, that does sound like something I would have done.
It sounds like something you certainly would have intended to do, whether you did it or not.
Yeah, that's because a good question whether I did it or not. But that definitely sounds like me.
Look, the beauty of a GM who has probably spent more than a few hours not thinking about this is you can take some reasonably decent license at this point. So fill your boots.
I'm in the back lines.
That's right. I'm over here
I'm
stabbing
insane.
that sniper in that church that I've been eyeing off for like 72 hours. No, you've got dreams of jumping. I think, as we discussed, you've got dreams of jumping in through the cupola of one of those two Panzers and going all stabby on the crew.
I do have a dream of doing that.
Yeah, it's like target rich and they can't run away. Okay, I think that's where everyone is. So, Luca, I think we're going to assume that you are probably here with Eric. Where do you want to be? So, I guess the question is, so right now, most of your squad / platoon are kind of run along this bocage line here to cover the southern line. Eric is over here manning the MG42 that is holding this bridge and is currently pouring fire into a bunch of Germans who tried to sort of get through here and are actually still coming through here. They're just infiltrating through the bocage. What the Germans who got cut up were the two Germans who tried to jump onto the road and clear the mines. The rest of them are still filtering down through the sidelines here.
Did they make their guts rolls for that?
They did, but they failed their nimble rolls, which was unfortunate because an MG42 does an awful lot of damage.
Okay, maybe I'll be helping Eric with the MG42 if he wants me.
Oh, as a loader. Yes, you weren't around last week to be.
Yeah.
Last time we played to be my loader. So we had an NPC loader, but just kick him out of the way.
Okay.
Now,
Bad loader.
all right. So the last thing I will remind you of is the two Panzers, albeit stuck behind the mines, were not just going, we should probably just sit here and do nothing while we watch our platoon get cut up. So you could see them like pointing their very nasty looking main weapons at the manor house, where there is a second MG42 in the second story that you guys set up. And it did rather look like they were about to unload on the top of the manor house with their cannonry.
Cool.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Sorry, I was late.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. What do we have? I'm not really familiar. What do we have that's going to take out a tank? I mean, we've got
A shiv?
machine guns. Yeah, we've got a shiv, yeah. No, but that does involve you actually getting inside the tank and
Previous tank
okay.
encounters have
I
indicated
have a bazooka,
yes, a bazooka.
but
is the bazooka enough?
these tanks are very well armored in the front. Therefore,
exactly.
one really needs to shoot at the tanks from behind.
But then,
So, Lieutenant, what you need to do is scare them away so they retreat, and then I'll have at them.
okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I can't see what we're gonna do. We've got loads of people, but I seem to remember what happened last time was that, like, we cut those two guys in half with a machine gun, and it was like, yay! And then the cliffhanger was like, and then from behind the tanks come a whole load of, more Germans, and I was like, oh bugger.
Yes, I hate to bring the very bad news, but there are more than two Germans currently attacking me.
What if we tried to? If I don't have any, but what if we tried to get one of the NPCs to get a couple of NPCs to fire some smoke them on their position, so they end up chaotically trying to reverse to get out of there because no tank likes a smoked up thing right next to them. Like,
well, we've got smoke grenades, I believe.
You also have gammon mines. So let me just the lowdown from anti-tank weaponry that you have available to you is as follows. Your platoon does have more than one bazooka. So there is a bazooka user in your NPC group who will be in the platoon line that you currently have. Most of you are carrying effectively person portable explosives. So you've got gammon mines, which are basically big chunky blocks of explosive, effectively for want of better language, in a sock. That has been used previously on a tank. One was thrown, I think, successfully into the treads of a tank and de-treaded it. To the point being just made, you also have the option of just obscuring their vision by throwing a bucket load of smoke grenades at them. Eric's point is incredibly valid. From the front, a bazooka at anything other than point blank range is likely just going to skate right off the armor. It'll hit it, it'll bounce up, and it'll keep on going on its merry way. The other option you've got is actually to get infantry onto the tanks. They're not actually very good at dealing with that problem. They've got a machine gun, it points forward though. But they are currently surrounded by a platoon and a half, effectively, of troops who are providing infantry cover for them while they move down the road. So that's kind of where you're at. And yes, the tanks are a big problem for you because right now they're stuck, but, they've got big gun and they can just sit there and, pang away.
Pummel us. And so they don't have like a machine gun on they can't like kind of pop out of the hatch.
No, they can. They absolutely
swivel around with
can,
the
but
machine
they would have to pop out. And it's the popping out bit.
Actually, no. Panzer IVs had hole-mounted machine gun which shoots forward, and then coaxial. That's it.
Oh, so they don't have a secondary gun on the roof?
They don't have an external machine gun though.
So the commander can stick out and shoot an SMG or something, but that's about it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But you've seen them actually, literally the last thing you saw them do was pull down their cupolas, like pull down their hatches, because the Manaz MG42 was, 50 cal, was pouring fire onto the roof of the tanks, and the commanders of the tanks popped their hatches down so that they would not be vulnerable to machine gun fire.
And could you remind us of where? In my mind, there's the tanks, and then right behind them is a whole load of Germans, sort of like kneeling down, getting ready to go. So we can't just sort of like come up the side here, for example, and then run in the side, bash in their treads, and then run off without us opening.
I believe there are platoon members of our platoon on the Bocage on either side. Am I wrong? Or is that something we discussed and we didn't put
I
anybody
believe
there?
Thomas just said that the Germans were using the Bocage.
So you guys
They're coming down this side of the Bocage, but I thought we had some of our guys hiding behind the Bocage here and here.
So you guys did not put people directly on those lines.
Okay.
You drew a defensive line that pretty much goes straight north to south along the Bocage
Fine,
line.
no problem.
So, you've got people all the way down. So you've probably got people about there, and you've probably got people about there. But you don't have people actually on this line, and you've now got Panzer Grenadiers infiltrating through the Bocage to get up close.
I've got a question about those Panzer IVs. In this game, does it make a difference what version it is?
No. Not even vaguely.
Okay. No, because if it's a H version, they've got those side skirts, which sort of protects their tracks.
No, they've just got an armor rating.
Okay.
Pretty simple.
Could I ask as well how accurate are their guns from their cannons or whatever it is? Could you sort of like 1, 2, 3, 4? I don't know. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something? Of these, I was going to say hexes, squares. How accurate are they from there? Is that would they be kind of going bang and it might hit or it might not, or are they pretty accurate from where they are?
Look, at 100 meters, they just need to be somewhere within a reasonable distance of the target. If they're shooting, which just to give it away, they probably will be. If they're shooting high explosive rounds, then they don't need to be particularly, accurate to take out the top half of the mana.
Okay.
It's not like a, highly fortified position. It's basically stone and brickwork.
All right. What are each of these squares? Is that
20 meters?
Okay.
I don't know if I've set that up in the design. Yeah, I have. Yeah, nice. Yeah, So if you actually
Okay.
draw if you use the little ruler symbol, it'll very nicely measure for you that they are
Mm.
100 meters from the manor house, give or take.
Oh yeah, it's clever, isn't it?
All right.
Oh yeah, 100 meters. Yeah.
Enough discussion.
Okay.
There's a
Yeah.
furious combat going on. You guys have caught up to speed. Eric, as already noted, was pouring fire into the alleyway, effectively suppressing it. The Germans infiltrated forward, stumbled when the machine gun started firing, and then in a manner of insane bravery, a number of them tried to clear the mines so that the Panzers could come forward. That failed. Next thing that happens is one of the two Panzers lays up its gun and shoots at the top of the manor house.
Did it already shoot, or did we get a chance to throw smoke grenades?
No, it's going to shoot, and then
Okay.
you guys will get your chance to sort of say, maybe not. Probably need to make
Did we throw for initiative last time, or?
No, I don't think we did.
no, because
We
you
were going
guys.
to, and then it was the end of this scene.
This is all just happening on the side, so we'll just do this. Yeah, that sounds right.
Because I was thinking just to pour fire into all enemy infantry we see, just to clear them, and then we can take care of the tanks.
Yes, that would be a very sensible maneuver. I would endorse it.
And we have
One
to move.
success,
We have to
mate.
get behind them, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, well, once the infantry is gone, the
Yeah,
the tanks have a very limited view. So
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so our
Yeah.
thing is that we can't do much about the tanks now, but we can move the infantry back so that that allows us to get behind the tanks and then take them.
yeah, exactly. And actually, I would advise Stu to stay low, lay low, not fire, because he would give away his position.
Mm.
I mean,
Where are you, Stu?
that's-
I can't see your character.
He's in the barn, one of the
Oh,
barns.
that's you. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So that tank hits the manor house, but actually mostly hits the wall, not anywhere else. The shell explodes. There's a spray of material flung from the building, but your MG50 is still pouring fire into that space after that shot. So whatever happened up there has not fundamentally taken out the crew at this point. Although it's a big bang. That is a I think it's a 75mm. Either way, it's about that size. And they've obviously loaded it with HE.
We're not looking at your camera, which isn't on.
That is, yeah, sorry, no.
When you say it's about that size,
Oh,
it's like,
sorry, yes. Yes, good point. And I don't actually have my camera plugged into this computer, so at the moment, because I was using it yesterday for other things. So, good point.
that's okay. We'll imagine it's
I was
about
imagining
that
it.
size.
Yeah.
I was like, about that size. Oh yeah, about that size. That's quite a size. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's this
Is it the
big.
size of a
You can
melon?
imagine my hands going right out to the edges. Okay, so can I get initiative rolls from everyone, please? And let's move it on.
How do we do initiative rolls? I can't bloody remember.
I think for the sake of this conversation, it's the card system, but I can't be bothered with that. So can I just get everyone to roll their nimble, please?
Oof. Nice one. Yeah.
I could actually use the Year Zero Engine initiative mod, which I have not turned on.
I've got one success.
Sorry about that.
Ooh. That's
Is it done on successes?
Yeah, just roll. So roll your nimble.
Oh, I rolled.
You did
I rolled my
well.
nimbles.
RC. Thank you, RC.
Yeah. I thought I clicked it, but it didn't
All
want
right,
to do it.
so the initiative order will be RC, followed by Fred, followed by Dido, followed by Billy, followed by Ben. So, RC, what do you want to do?
Do I see any German into the bocage to the north of me?
You absolutely do.
All
Not
right,
even a
so
question.
then, yeah, okay. So do I have a clear view? So can I shoot aimed or?
They are filtering through the bocage to get an aim shot. And it's kind of they're attacking like sort of dusky kind of time or dawny kind of time. Sorry, not dusk dawn. Could you please make for me an observation roll?
Observation. Let me have a quick look. Observation. Where is
This isn't
that?
so you can shoot. That's perception. Sorry, every year zero engine game. Perception.
Perception. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
Yep, you can. So you can make distinct. You can get a distinct shape. So the perception roll
Okay,
wasn't
so
to shoot; it was
yeah,
just to get enough
that
vision.
distinct shape. That
Yep.
distinct shape. I see. I take a quick aim and fire a burst at him.
All right. So quick aim gives you bonus 1 die. So just click on your weapon and add the bonus 1 die. Are you just shooting a single shot, a short burst, or a?
No, it's a burst.
Okay, so I think
whatever.
that adds 2
Really
additional.
quick.
Anyway, it's in the bottom of your sheet.
Well, normally you fire. It's rate of fire. I have it burst. So normally, if I click the die, it should be all right. And I get a +1. Then did you say?
You get +1, but it's burst direct, so that'll add 2 bonus die to your roll for the direct burst.
Oh, and I get some extras because of the. I wrote that down. You have a quick look. I get 2 extra again for the all the extra things I have. Sharpshooter. No, sorry, not sharpshooter. I have submachine gunner +2, range combat +2. Oh, I get a good modifier.
Your range combat's already calculated in. All you need to do is add your special
Okay, then I'm
talents,
okay
the
then.
burst bonus itself, which is 2 dice, and the 1 dice for aiming. So that should be 5 dice by the sounds of it in my head to your roll.
Ooh.
And that's many successes. So that's 3 successes. Do you want to use any of those to increase to return to Lucky Strike happiness? Oh,
I
you've actually
have
got 2
to.
Lucky
I
Strikes. So
still got lucky strikes. So no, I'll just add those to the damage roll, I guess.
Yep, so an additional +2 on top of the damage modifier of the weapon, please. I think that is short of where you needed to go, actually. Because doesn't the submachine gun have more than a 0 bonus for damage?
Doesn't it automatically count out?
It does not.
Okay, sorry. I'll roll again. Let me have a quick look. That's damage +2 then. Okay, that would make it +4.
Roll away. Yep, 2 points of
Did
damage.
it roll?
Yep, 2 points of damage on the chat. So, all right. So, RC, you have hit one of the Germans lightly in the shooting. Can I then have, please, a declaration of action from whom? Who did I say was next? Fred.
Me. You said me was next.
I did. Frederick.
You said Fred. Rav. Eric. All these names. Right. So just remind me of how the rules work here.
Mhm.
They have had the guts to withstand my suppressive fire,
Which means they can
even though
do things. Yep.
if I throw more suppressive fire on, does that give them another chance to fail their guts check, or
Yep.
are they now immune to guts? But I have a machine gun. They're a long way away, and they're all down a corridor. So I'm going to shoot with machine gun. This is suppressive fire.
Please do.
I believe.
That is indeed correct.
And I need to remember how to play this game on here.
So just click on the combat tab, scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah.
Full auto suppression adds 4. And then click
Well,
on. That's right. You don't actually have an.
I don't actually have
MP42.
this weapon on my chart.
You do not. So it'll be your heavy weapon skill plus.
My heavy weapon skill.
Yep. So click on that. Add 5 dice to your roll. That'll give you suppression. Plus
yeah,
the
I've
bonus
got.
of the machine
I think I may have a. What else do I have? I'm sure I've got something else. Give me a moment. It's my talent specialization. Oh no, that's launch crew. That's just what I would assume.
Yeah.
So okay, heavy weapons
Yep. +5.
+5, and that includes anything for the gun.
Yep. Sure does. Oh, yes.
That's a lot of ones,
It is, so you're probably not going to push it.
but 2 successes.
It's my fear. Yeah. 2 successes. All right, so they now need to make additional guts checks. Or they can now, so they now need to make additional guts checks to kind of break through. And the guy who's clearing the mind, who took injury last time, comes under even heavier fire. So I will need to work out what happens with him. That is fine. Okay. What I might do is just pull up on the Panzer German soldiers. There you go. I'll just put you on the table so I can just double click. Guts. Yeah, stuff it. I'll use one of my goodnesses. Oh.
Ooh.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen, yeah. Do I want to force a reroll on that? I absolutely do, and I will spend another one, another foobar, but I can't add bonus die to this roll because I can't do 2 foobar. And I get a double one again. Okay, no, they're not. They're. You've got anyone trying to get down that corridor is well and truly suppressed at this point. They are not moving. Now that, I should make the point, the guys in the side bocage who are now breaking out and filtering around the sides are not affected by that guts check, but anyone trying to come down the corridor or clear mines, do any of that stuff is. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eric. Next, I think we agreed was the person with 5. I should really just have added you guys in, then I could have managed this directly. Which is Rabbit.
Yeah. How was the ammo on the weapon? Should I load it?
If you're doing full fire, you're burning through a fair amount of ammo. Oh no, that's a vehicle. What the hell? What have I done?
I believe it's 100 bullets, and I read it somewhere. It's 100 bullets, and the ammo is 150 bullets or something like that.
Yeah, it's your full rate of fire basically on the weapon. So an MG. I have a machine gunner here. Thank you. At this point,
Is it a bit boring for Mohammed to just be my loader?
No,
be.
not
I
at
mean,
all. It's a war. It's a job. It's
I mean-
job in a war.
It's not cool. Okay.
um,
You're doing well, Rabbit.
Mm.
Keep giving me bullets.
do you want to make a loading roll for me, please? Which for this, I think, is just once again. I know you're not particularly skilled, but it is actually heavy weapon skill, please.
Okay. Yeah, I will do a very bad job. They
Mhm.
chose a very
Yeah.
a skinny person to load it. Okay.
I like
But
the
he-
NPC loader.
Actually, you're
No,
doing a
but-
fantastic
Well
job.
done.
Yeah.
Perfectly good.
Yeah. Fear is a very good factor of.
Now you only
Yeah.
needed 1 success, so completely up to you
Mhm.
whether you've got 2 foobars as well. Wow, I'm not making you guys. Sorry, 2
Yeah.
lucky strikes. I'm not making you guys work your lucky strikes hard enough. Reflection.
I have no lucky strikes. I will point out I spend my lucky strikes and I never get a chance to get any extra.
I've got none either. It's terrible.
Okay. Next. Sounds like it will be Jack. Jack. What do you want to do, Jack?
Oh, was it? Okay. Well, you can move and fire. Is
You
that's
absolutely can. You can basically move
Good.
a square pretty much and have a ping if you want.
right? Okay, square. Actually, no. Square would take me to sort of here. So I would be, because I'm moving towards
Okay.
over in this direction to add support, so we can eventually get behind the tanks or
Okay.
and move in the right direction anyway. But I want to move to here. Here we are. Okay, how do I move it? Anyway.
Oh,
I'm
you're
gonna
in
move it
ruler mode. Click on the little
Oh.
4 corners icon at the above the ruler. If you go down
Okay.
up that
Oh.
side, then you'll be able to move your
Yeah,
token.
Okay. Hey, happy days. So, but that does put me in line of sight, hopefully, of the creeps coming in, kind of shuffling in here.
Yep.
What have I got? And I want to shoot at them. I think that sounds like a good idea because no one's shooting at them at the moment.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've
Oh my
already
God.
got.
Sorry.
No, go on. What are you going to say?
No, I just accidentally kept putting markers all over the map.
Oh no, I saw
panicking.
that. It looked quite good. I thought I was missing out on something. Okay, well I've only got my grand. So
Yep.
could I shoot 3 shots?
You can.
Yeah, I want to shoot 3 shots at a likely German here, which will hopefully put the willies up them. And,
Okay, so the
encourage
Germans
them
are
to get
kind of
behind.
over here, not here, but
Okay.
that is otherwise
Okay.
fine. So that's 10,
Okay.
sorry, 20, 40, 60, 80 meters. What's
Okay.
the range of
What's
the
the
M1?
range? 50 meters.
So you will be taking a -1 die for range.
All right. Okay. Fine. Yeah, that's fine. It'll give them the spooks.
Yep.
So tell me how I do this.
Just click on go to the end of on the combat tab. Go to the end. There's roll dice. Apply -1 to the bonus.
Okay. Okay. So hold on. -1.
And then hit the roll.
Jack. Oh. Am I still on?
It's still on, but it didn't roll.
Oh yeah, it didn't do it. Didn't let me give it another go. Hold on.
I'm gonna try it.
No, it's all right. Hold on.
You should get a pop-up and you have to click the...
Oh yeah, you must access the game. That's a really bugger. Hold on. No. Yeah, everyone can hear me still, though, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jim. Yeah, that bit.
Bollocks. Sorry, hold on.
All right, I'm gonna roll for you if that's okay.
Yeah, do that, please. Yeah.
You got 2 6s.
Oh.
Whoa!
Oh, wicked. Well done, me.
You got 2 1s and 2 6s, which was a nice binary, result.
Can you roll all my rolls?
Sorry.
Can you roll all my rolls?
I prefer not to.
You're
if
my
that's what the outcome's
lucky
gonna be.
DM.
Shall I roll your damage as well?
Oh, please. Make it a good one.
You did 2 points of damage, which is reasonable. All right, so you have poured fire into a dark, shadowy figure trying to move down the barrage and successfully hit them. Thank you very much, everyone. Last but certainly not least, because he's at the edge and he's waving his stabby stick around, going, I have a stabby stick and there's no one for me to stab. What would you like to do, Ripper?
Mr. Pointy is at the edge of the barns, and there's am I right in thinking there's no enemy in the barns area at the moment?
Well, no, but you can see the German, that German platoon represented by the single German soldier on the road, is definitely going to feel like they're moving in that, they're not sitting around at the back of the road going, I wonder what we should do now. They are absolutely moving across to what looks like potential fortified positions. So yes, they are heading towards the farmhouse.
What I'd like to do is move up to here, up to the thing, and so see if I can get, without being detected, try and get into a position to ambush them if they try and come into the farmhouse and barns and just cause chaos before they can set up firing positions.
Please feel free to do so. Make a stealth roll for me, please.
All right. So I've got stealth with silent step as well. So cool. What is stealth? Is that infiltrate?
Yeah.
So plus and then +1 on for silent step. Okay, I'll take some 1 success.
Okay, so you have filtered forward. Please place yourself where you would like to land.
Oh, wrong
You're
mode.
on the measuring mode.
Ship. I want to get inside this
Yep.
this big farm, the one that they're nearest to, so they're most likely to, and find a hiding spot in there. That's
And
my
then just spring
intention.
out upon them when they.
Exactly. I'm going to wait till they start firing. They're all pointing their backs to me, and they're looking at down the range at my friends, and then just come at them from behind and just start carving them up.
Nice.
That's my intention.
Okay. So on that note, then, let's get some German action. All right. So elite German soldiers at the back. What are you guys doing? You are racing across open ground to the farm. I think that sounds like a nimble check. So let's make that happen. Yep. Oh wow. Yeah, definitely. All right. So yes, you see. Oh, now I'm in bloody measuring mode. Hilarious. All right. Yes. So basically, you see a small unit of Germans, probably somewhere between 5 or so of them, kind of sprint across that open ground, and you can hear them sort of smash their way through a side door into the manor house, into that farmhouse that you're in. Do they notice you? Dun, dun, dun.
Oof.
They are actively looking for you, unusually. Usually perception is reversed, but I think they're actively seeking you, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, which means you have won that roll, so I don't see you. Okay, at the same time, RC and Jack, you both come under fire from Germans who are using their carabiners.
How dare they?
Yes.
I don't know.
How dare they? Unthinkable, even. Because you are well defended in the bocage, I will apply a -1. Oh, actually, no. No, I'm just going to do it this way because it's quicker than doing armor rolls and all that sort of noise. Okay. RC will be giving you a lovely shot in a second. And you're even further away. What's the range? Yeah, it's enough to actually -2, 1 for range, 1 for nothing. Okay, all right. RC, damage roll. Let's see. What's the damage bonus of this weapon? 2. Roll. You take 1 point. Oh, actually, 1d10. Just going to roll the critical because it'll tell me if you got hit in the leg. You got hit in the leg. Okay, so you took 1 point of damage, RC, as basically a German shoots you. There's still heavy machine gun fire coming from the MG42. The Germans aren't able to close to it, so there'll be no grenades arcing across open ground to you just yet. Not to give away how they might react, but just to say. Now,
where do I take the wound? My endurance will go down 1, I believe.
Yes, so take it on your sheet underneath your. If you scroll down from skills, you apply it either in wounds or weariness. Completely up to you which you choose.
Okay, I'll take.
And by the way, go.
I'll take nicked. Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so you are nicked, and also can you just and you've reduced your endurance. Thank you very much. Okay, now, battle rolls. Can I get a battle roll, please? Now, you guys have got 8 dice, and I have 7. So, who wants to roll the 8 dice? Actually, you know what? Rabbit, why don't you do it? You haven't really... You've loaded. So, just the dice pool down the bottom thing.
8d6, okay.
Yeah, 8d6.
Uh-huh.
2 6s. Bloody hell.
Nice.
Nice.
And
Aha.
no 6s. Okay, you get
Even
2 rolls on the battle outcomes pool. Please roll 2d6.
Okay.
And the order, please don't be a 63. 63. Okay. Of course. Enemy force is under pressure all over the battlefield. It loses 2 battle dice and 1 unit falls back. Okay, so it's now down to 5 dice. Roll again, please, for your second success.
2d6.
Yep.
2d6.
2d6 again.
More of that 63s, please.
23.
32, right?
32. Enemy is becoming disorganized, loses another battle die. So they're down to 4 battle die, and one of their units is retreating. Let's think about who that might be. It's probably not these guys that you guys are facing, because it might be actually. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. That machine gun is proving pretty hard to dislodge, and they are suffering serious morale issues. But they're also Panzer Grenadiers. What the All right, so yes, you can see the Germans, at least the Germans who have that platoon that's kind of placed itself right on the edges here, under withering fire from both the MG42 and the 50 cal in the Manor House roof, is now shifting its way back along the bocage to the edges and trying to find cover with the tanks. So you have successfully blocked their attempt at an assault. All right, new round. We'll stay with the initiative. I'm not going to kind of get it re-rolled. That just seems like unnecessary dice rolling. So I think it was 5 and 1. Who was 5 and 1?
It was me first.
RC.
That was Roy first.
Go for it, RC.
Is that German that I shot still there, or is he one of the retreating guys?
He's one of the retreating Germans.
Okay, so I don't have a clear shot anymore, then I guess.
No, well, he's
Or
not as
do I?
close. You will be at range, so you will suffer a range penalty should you shoot him.
Well, no, not exactly, because I've got eagle eyes.
Oh, gosh. Well, I mean, you can just shoot a German. There are Germans.
Okay, I'll shoot. Let's say the nearest German I can see.
Yep.
I'll take another burst like I did the previous round, and I do aim. Yeah, I do quick aim.
Cool, go for it.
So that's again with a modifier of. Oh, forgot to click the weapons. Okay, so it's still a 5 modifier, I guess.
Forces Panzer Grenadiers. Well, Grenadiers.
Oof.
Oh,
that's nice.
3 successes.
Oh.
Okay.
Ew.
Please feel free to roll a damage bonus of 4. I think it is. If I do the math right.
Delicious.
Oh yeah.
Add a 1.
Well, that makes it a 5. Okay.
It does. Yes. Okay. All right. So the German and just in general, by the way, sorry, broad commentary. So as previously noted, Milton is a bit more of a defensive player than your last commander, but whatever he's doing is absolutely working. So that broad line of defense that he's drawn across the bocage, and with covering fire from the machine gun nests in the manor, at the bridge, and also at this building here, is obviously working a treat. And you can hear that the German, forces all along the line are failing to make much in the way of an impression on that defensive line. Okay, so you have indeed shot another German in the darkness of the dawn. Next, please. Eric, I think it was.
Right. Okay. So I'm keeping this road relatively clear of pedestrians.
Yeah.
I'm slightly getting a bit bored. I can't see whether they're retreating or not, but I know they all dived into the bushes here.
They did.
Now the angle of my gun lets me go, I believe. If I rake the bocage here with suppressive fire, do I think I might stand a chance at scaring the shit out of some Germans, maybe even hitting 1 or 2?
It's as reasonable an approach as any that I can think of. Please feel free.
Right. I'll roll those dice. And it's heavy weapons
plus 5. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh, 2, 3 6, 4 sixes.
4.
Fuck me. I tell you what, I'm having one of those, so a lucky strike.
You can live with 3. All right, that is more than fair. Okay, the Germans already actively fleeing continue to actively flee. But yes, you can definitely claim a lovely, beautiful lucky strike back from that.
They continue to actively flee, but that would require a nimble roll, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Just saying.
Just noting that might be a requirement. Thank you very much for reminding me of that minor issue. I don't want you rage quitting on me. I mean, that's the one thing I don't want. So, I'll give you that. Okay, so guts check. I'm going to give them a bonus die though because, and I think this is I do think it's legit, but I'm going to give them a bonus die because they actually are under reasonably heavy cover. It's not armor, but it is giving them a sense. No, it's not giving them anything. They've got nothing.
Yeah, that doesn't do any good though, does it?
Yeah, no. Which is 100% not okay with that. So they're kind of now paralyzed. Caught, at least that side is. So they want to flee. They can't bring themselves to sort of lift their heads above the bocage. A couple of them have worked out. So one minor note, the actual edges of these roads are lifted above the fields, right? So
because these are flooded fields.
Yeah, so they actually have heavy cover that they can duck down, but it actually requires them effectively to crawl or at least crouch and sort of run along at very low height, and they're obviously having great struggle doing that. All right, so then I think it's Jack. Or is it Rabbit? I don't mind. Rabbit. Go for it, Rabbit.
Yeah. So we continue loading. Eric, what do you think?
I didn't get an extra die for his excellent loading, did I?
No.
That doesn't pass on.
No.
Just checking.
Or should we move with the team to the bocage? What do you think?
So your only real way to get to them though is to cross the bridge.
The bridge.
Yeah, because that's a river.
Just go into the aim of my my constant stream of bullets.
Fire.
Okay, loading then.
Loading. Okay.
Loading it is.
So you've got friendly fire turned off, right?
You can you can I mean, you can pick up your carabiner. I mean, not your carabiner. Sorry, you can pick up your Garand and start just pegging away if you want. You don't have to load.
But they are far away. I guess they are not.
It's close to 100. It'd be more than 100 meters now. So, or thereabouts.
My weapon is only 50, I guess.
Correct.
Or okay. So I have a penalty on if I use my Garand, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's 106 meters.
So
that's not 106 meter explosion.
It'll be it'll be you'll suffer a -2 die penalty for the shot. Just to your range. It's all right. Yes.
Okay. -2 die. Okay, my range weapon is 7. Okay. Maybe I will try to get one of the retreating German and put him in the back. Okay, -2. Okay, sorry, that's for the weapon. Okay, come on, man, come on. Roll attack. Roll modifier. -2.
Nice.
Yeah, cannot miss.
Yeah. Okay. Did you get a success? Yes, you did. Roll damage.
Yes. Damage roll. 1 dice or
it's
no?
The D10.
Nothing. For the damage roll, I get a modifier or no modifiers for?
Yeah, the Garands I think have got +2.
+2.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah.
What has happened there? Oh, I was in the right. Right, what'd you get? 3 points and a crit. Of course you did. Do you want to roll the crit right next to the damage roll? Is the roll crit?
Yeah.
Torso, muscle damage, throbs of pain, stamina action, lasts until the end of the scene. All right, yeah, we'll just assume. Yeah, you've badly injured a German in the darkness, in the morning light. Dunsky, and then I think, without further ado, we will go to Jack, and then we'll see what Ripper wants to do.
Yeah, I kind of am a little bit worried that the Rittmeister is going to get uncovered by the Germans. So I quite like that they're still in the farmhouse, aren't they?
They are.
Yeah. So I don't want them. I want to draw their attention away from that sort of thing. So can I move? I'm not sure if it would make any difference. Hold on. Oh. Okay. I'm looking at the range.
You're probably 20, 40, 60, 80 meters away.
Yeah, but if I move to here, so hold on a sec. If I move to here, then I'd be 60 meters away.
Mm-hmm.
And then I could fire 3 shots with my Garand.
Yep.
And that's a range of 50.
Yep.
So it's better than if I stay here. I mean, I'm putting myself in a little bit of danger by moving out into the out of my cover a bit, but that's what I want to do.
Okay,
so if I move here, move here, and then fire to here, wherever that is, the guy's there.
Yep.
So do I take any? Like 60? Do I
-1 die?
Take any? Still -1. Okay.
Yep.
Bloody hell. Okay. -1. Far away.
Out.
That's
Yet.
a shame, isn't it?
Okay, you're shooting into that space. All right. Last but certainly not least, Ripper.
Do you have any lucky strike or?
No, afraid not.
Okay.
This was previously discussed. Ripper.
Oh,
What would you like to do?
Hi. So I just need some spatial awareness for a moment.
All right.
Before
So
I get too crazy with my plans.
You're on the ground floor of a reasonably largish farmhouse. What I assume what you've done, noting your stealth roll, is assumedly hidden. You've hidden in a room that faces towards the north. Towards the east. My apologies. Let me get my bearings.
Yep.
East or west? No, it faces towards the west. Get it right, Bolton.
Yeah, it would have been on like the southwest side, I think. Yeah.
So you're kind of behind, where they would expect you to be, for want of better language. They've filtered in, and you can hear them. There were 2 rooms sort of facing towards your own platoon. You can hear them sort of, taking up positions in those 2 rooms, right? So small units pushed in. Guys have kind of checked the door when they've come in. They've smashed their way into the 2 rooms, and they're now kind of getting ready to lay fire into the platoon from cover.
Okay, cool. So I'm going to tell you what I want to do.
Yep.
and this depends on the layout of the barn, because what I would like to do is, knowing which way they would come from, or trying to guess which way they would come from. Like maybe if I can try and find a stairway up to the next floor, which I know they're not on. Yeah. What I'd like to do is place my Hawkins mine on the ground in the doorway, and then run up the stairs or run out away from them a little bit, yelling "over there," just so they're like, "Who the fuck is that? Let's go and investigate." And then they blow up on the mine, and then I come running back at them, stabbing at them. That's what I would like to do.
I love the ambition of that plan. There are many moving parts. Once many years ago, when I still played D&D, I had a wizard, and I went through a whole plan which involved wall of ice, wall of stone, teleportation, and I can't remember what the last move was. Oh, that's right, and fire resistance, so that I could get an ancient red dragon to breathe on me, destroying the artifact I was carrying while still surviving. This feels similar in conception. Can I get a... There are so many ways this could go wrong. Let's start with, however, a stealth roll, because I feel that's probably where we should start.
Yeah, all right.
do that, I'm going to quickly look up the damage of Hawkins Mine. Okay. Alright. Stealth roll tick. Good. Okay, so you have successfully de-infiltrated from the room that you were in. And you are now placing the mine on the stairwell up to the second story. Is that...
Yes.
Am I understanding
just-
that is the fundamental strategy here?
Yes.
Okay. And then...
Or just round a doorway, so so it's not an obvious viewpoint from like straight ahead. So they'll have run round a doorway into to where the mine is.
Okay, so we might want to reflect on the fact that a Hawkins Mine is an anti-tank weapon.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Once the plate
Yeah,
was
that's
struck,
not-
the fuse would detonate. Most effective on
Ah.
armors, treads, and tires.
Yeah, that's
You're not
that's
actually
something.
carrying an anti-personnel.
I haven't got an AP when we have it. Okay, that does change matters actually. So yeah. So what I would like to do is using that stealth. I would like to be able to see if I can. Can I see any of the? Because there was a group of 5 of them, right? Can I see any of them that are sort of like on their own and not like in a room separated from the rest? Because that's what I'm trying to do is peel them off.
Right. Okay, so there's 2 groups, 1 of 2, 1 of 3 in the 2 rooms.
Mhm. Yeah.
They
Cool.
They are facing south. You are currently carrying grenades and a gammon bomb.
Oh yeah. Is the gammon bomb anti-personnel?
It's anti-personnel in the sense that it explodes.
Yeah, maybe I could just use that as a bit of chaos and then run into the room with the. Oh, there's a lot of them in here. This is 5 against 1 is not going to go well for me. Do you know what?
Was there anything like, even though I didn't hit anyone, was the fact that I pinged off a shot in their direction, does that not help in any way?
Probably distracted them, but the moment
Yeah,
they
it's
start
fine.
realizing that I'm in the building with them, they're gonna probably trying to deal with that for it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is to try and peel them off a bit. Is actually a similar plan. I'm gonna take my gammon mine and set it on the stairway.
Yep.
And then I'm going to run up it yelling "Go compare!" Not "Go compare" over there. Sorry, I get confused with the advert. It's the same song. Yelling over there.
Make a tech roll.
A tech roll.
Yep.
Oh Christ.
Because they're not detonated by pressure. They're you put a fuse in them and you run away. Hey, there you go. Look, have some faith in yourself, man. Have some faith. And then finally a nimble roll for me, please.
And finally a nimble roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh right.
Hey.
We're getting there.
We're getting there. Okay.
Somehow
so,
getting there.
Per your plan, you de-infiltrate from the room. You jam a fuse into the side of a couple of sticks of C2, which is contained within basically a sock. You place it on the stairwell and lightning fast run up the stairs, yelling at the top of your voice, "Ahoy!"
Yeah, over there, the great song that they love to sing, of the American troops. They're sort of rallying. And what I'm going to do is, when I get up to the top of the stairs, hide around the corner of a room with my shiv, waiting for the eventual running in of some of their team.
All right.
Can I just ask, just before any of this happens, when that goes up on the stairs, how are you going to get down the stairs again? Because
down is a lot easier than up.
Okay.
There's jumping and all the other options.
Falling, jumping.
There might be some soft bodies to land on. I mean,
exactly. Landing on some corpses.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, double the utility, half the danger. All right. So that's your plan. You set it up. You yell at the top of your voice. You hear a couple of Germans go, the equivalent of bloody hell, there's some Americans in this building with us. And they get a perception roll. It's kind of where we land. Based on everything so far, I'm sure I'm going to roll 4 ones. No, but I didn't roll any 6s. Shall I give them a re-roll so that they do not explode? No, look, I think you've earned this one. All right, so the 2 Germans who kind of come out of the room closest to you hear your voice, quietly and carefully move up the stairs Unfortunately for them, not noting the sack of explosive jammed into the corner of the stairwell. Would you like to make a damage roll, please, for your gammon bomb?
Certainly.
And its damage bonus... Oh, its damage bonus is only 1. Okay. It's more of a...
It's just some explosives in a sock. It's not going to...
Yeah.
It's not particularly
Yeah,
well
exactly.
channeled. All right, so there's an
Yeah.
almighty bang down the stairs, and we will proceed to what happens next in a memento, please. Uno momento, por favor.
No problem.
Okay, so tank number 1 fires again at the manor house, trying to take out that MG50 that is causing them so much. Actually, tank number 1 or tank number 2? Wow. You know what? Actually, the tank commander decides this circumstance is just going to get us all cut up. We need to get actually into it, and if we don't, then we're stuffed. So he's actually just going to roll forward. He's just going to take the risk. It's not what he'd like to do, but at the same time, he's not quite sure what else he can do. So, and he is actually pretty brave. So I think
He's stepping on the mine.
pretty much.
Okay.
Yep, he's pretty much
Okay.
making the decision that that's the choice he's got to make. So he's making that decision. Gets 1 success on the maneuvering of the tanks, so they can sort of not quite get directly on top of it when it goes off. Now, you were laying the German anti-tank mines because they weren't yours, they were theirs. Because you nicked them from the back. So it's a Telemine 43. Additional major... yep, that was the one. What is the damage? Blast +5. AP 6. Under armor is going to be absolute crap. Underside 2. Yep. AP value of the weapon is 6. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Actually, I'll make it 5 because they did actually knowingly do this. Eek. That didn't roll, did it? Oh, yes, it did.
Nope.
No, it didn't.
Oh.
No, it did not. Okay.
The animation's gone.
Why is that not rolled? Okay, it does roll. Okay, so hold on. Oh, it didn't roll because it gets no armor. That's why it didn't roll, because the AP renders it to 0. Right, yes, that makes much more sense. Crap. So damage roll of 5. Ooh, yeah, critical hit. Cascading criticals. Attack goes on to do even more damage to the vehicle. The blast the explosion causing multiple hits. Roll again the location. Roll another leak. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, that sounds bad. Oh, fuel line. Yep, split. Fuel line splattered. Almost take guts test. Another critical hit on this table is automatically an 8. Nice. That'll be fun, won't it? Okay, so the tank... You see the tank go poof, basically over the mine. But it has proceeded. There is smoke coming out of the rear of the tank. And you can see... Well, you can't see, actually, but you can guess that there must be some damage to the engine or the fuel in the process. It's had better days. Okay, so that tank has now proceeded forward. Okay, it lowers its gun and shoots at the MG42 gun nest. Unsurprisingly.
What? Is it pointing its gun at me?
It is. It's saying all sorts of, I think I might shoot you with my cannon.
Do Dido and I have a time to evacuate said gun nest?
No.
No.
So,
Okay, cool.
hope your sandbags are as good as you hope they are.
You'll be able to evacuate in a minute.
Okay, so
It was nice. It's nice loading your guns.
okay,
Just
so
one
that
tick, that's
that
not
is
too bad.
definitely a hit. Damage bonus of 4 from the main gun. Now, you guys are behind sandbags. Let's go with this.
Was
Actually,
nice
it's going to
knowing you.
penetrate the dam. It's going to penetrate that without a problem. Well, it might. Let's roll the damage first and see where we land. A 1. Okay. So you each take 1 point of damage for all of that.
Thanks, Schindler.
You take 1 point of goddamn damage. The other tank shoots at the manor house again. Gets a hit. Does its damage roll. Adds 5 because it's still using the high explosive that it was using before. Oh, okay, yeah. There's a almighty thumping bang, and the 50 is. You see basically the window that the 50 cal was firing out of is just blasted apart. As that area takes basically a straight-on hit from a high explosive round. All right, you guys are bunkered down though, and you've had some noise over your heads. Can I get a guts roll from both of you, please?
Okay.
Yes, apparently I can.
Oof.
Rabbit's like, I'm not afraid of no
I
cannon.
gutted that one there.
Oh.
That's not Rav, that was Mohammed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my dice.
Rabbit. Oh.
Oh.
I, however,
am feeling it. Or not, as the case may be.
I'm feeling it.
Can't.
Or not. Hold on. I'm just going to spend my lucky strike.
Yeah, but couldn't Dido give him a 6? One of his
no.
success
Guts rolls are independent rolls.
Okay.
Unless you're a commander.
And roll that again.
Yep, fair enough.
Yes.
Yep, okay. So
Because I just want to turn to Mohammed and say, you see, you stick with me, Hashem protects you.
All right, so
to the end.
So yeah, you guys, the rest of you can see that the Panzer has now moved forward. It's smoking. It looks damaged. Could be vulnerable to something like mines or things. Certainly had better days. Okay, so that gives us the end of that round, which means we're back to battle rolls. I roll 4 dice. You roll 8 dice. That sounds fair, doesn't it?
Oh.
Rabbit. Come on, Rabbit.
Okay.
Yeah, Rabbit.
Okay.
8 dice.
86. Enter.
1 6.
A success.
I get a success. Woohoo! Yay! 2 dice for the effect. And I get a
43.
Okay, I got a 41. You got
a 43.
You got a 43. All right, that's starting to sound like it's going to be they're breaking, which is all right. Okay, so 43. Oh, both of us lose 1 dice, and 1 unit falls back if able to. All right, so I'm down to 3 dice. You guys are down to 7 dice. All right, I'd say which actually probably works out about perfect timing. All right, so okay, so you guys are Eric, it's your go. Cannon's just offloaded. Your position is now vulnerable to the 75mm gun of the Panzer IV. What would you like to do?
Mohammed, Rabbit, that 1 unit falls back.
Yeah.
I wonder whether that should be us.
They want us to but we are.
Well, I'm thinking we could, if this tank's coming forward, it's gone over the mine. It hasn't stopped. Do you think we
could?
Shoot the
mines? Can we shoot the mine to make it explode? Maybe it's in the minefield now. Maybe can cause a chain reaction and get rid of one of the tanks.
66 meters. With my bazooka, is that well out of range?
Oh, I think so. I think the bazooka's got a range of, is it 20?
It's only got like 20 meters range, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it loses effectiveness with each. It doesn't just get harder to shoot; it's actually less effective.
It loses, yeah.
At range and shooting the front armor. Mind you, the tank is leaking, so never know your luck in the big city.
Yeah. What say, Mohammed, that we cross over the bridge and end up here, take the bazooka with us for some slightly closer range fire?
Oh. I'll follow you to the end of the earth. Let's go.
That won't be long.
As I say, stick with me, have them protection.
It seems I'm your rabbit foot. I'm keeping you lucky, so let's go.
Hey. I'm not superstitious. I know God protects me. I've been shot at by 2 MG42s.
Still
I hardly had a scratch.
The rabbit foot sounds more legit.
All right, so you two are sprinting across the open, across that little bridge, and then what? Ducking down? Is that the plan?
Ducking is that bocage by the
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
by
By
the
the
riverbank there.
Do you mind if I clear your little template?
Yeah, by all means. It's really annoying. It's not the measure I wanted.
All right, so you guys are going to make that move. Are you going to try and? I mean, can't really do it stealthily. It's like a bit of a.
No, we're doing it fucking fast.
Okay, we're going with nimble, not stealth. Good, I like that.
Nimble.
Could I get a calisthenics roll from you? Because I assume what you're doing is actually just sprinting,
Calisthenics.
right? Like you're just going
Yeah.
fast and hard. So I think that's calisthenics more than it's nimble.
Oh, calisthenics. I may have a talent for that. No, I don't.
Not good from the.
Can I use?
You
yeah.
can.
The rabbit.
I succeed.
I reroll, but only 3 dice, right? If I want to use my my lucky strike because I got a 1 on the dice pool.
Correct.
So
just apply minus
3
1
dice
to your
on
thing and you'll be fine.
Oh.
To the bonus. Nope.
Nope.
Didn't help.
Oh,
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. So.
I tripped on some.
So take a point of damage to one of your conditions, please.
Okay, I will be nicked.
Yep. Perfect. Thank you. Okay, so Rabbit, you are the proverbial, and perhaps surprisingly, because you thought you were a rabbit, you are the proverbial deer in the headlights. Eric sprints ahead of you at pace, dives into the car, yelling, come on. You race across the road and stumble on a piece of dirt that was churned up in the first fight for the bridge, and trip, falling onto your face, looking directly down the road at the Panzer that is looking directly at you. This feels distinctly uncomfortable. All right. Can I get RC? What would you like to do?
I was thinking, since I had sort of a view that that first tank was damaged, I would like to run up to that bocage.
Yep.
And we've got those mines. Can I throw that towards the tank, or
You
do
can
I
throw
really
a
have to
gammon.
stick it on?
You can throw a gammon bomb,
Okay.
or you can throw a grenade.
Okay. I guess I don't.
Can you
know
throw
how
a
big-
gammon through the bocage, or do you have to go to this opening here?
Well, actually, I really want to go into the same square in the bocage because that will give
Oh,
me
right,
advantage
okay.
points.
Oh, right, yeah, and then throw it out of the
It's the
bocage.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. Okay. Yeah. What must I do?
I think you must make a nimble roll, is what I think. As you force your way through you sort of effectively are forcing your way through the bocage.
No, there's a pop-up. Okay.
God, you
Oh,
guys are rolling well. All right. So yeah, you push your way through to the edge of the bocage, and you may hurl your gammon bomb.
Okay, let's see if I don't think I have that in my weapons.
No, you probably don't. So because they're a bit of a random weapon, actually.
Calisthenics to do a hurl, isn't it?
Yes, it's calisthenics to throw it, so maybe it's just a calisthenics roll, and we'll worry about what happens next.
Okay,
it's a bonus of 1. Okay. Oh, now I understand what I was misreading. Okay, that's a bonus of 1. Okay, yeah, you get 1 bonus die to your calisthenics roll.
Yeah, and do I get an extra because it's point blank?
No, because there's not really a point
okay.
blank for throwing uneven objects held in socks.
Okay, so it's only a +1. Good, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That is a palpable.
Oh, got a 6.
Okay, so the way it works is you're carrying a number of sticks of C2. It's how many sticks you jam in the bomb. So let's suggest that since it said you were carrying a single gammon bomb, you've got 6 sticks, which is the most you can put in it. Are you throwing all of your sticks of gammon explosive?
Yeah, because I want to make sure that is out of action. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So it actually has a damage bonus of 4. And it has a AP value of 7. All right, so its AP value is what I will work out. I'll just do the AP thing first, if that's okay.
Ooh, can I ask? Is there any relevance to the fact that you're throwing something which is going to explode and there's oil or petrol or something or diesel coming out of the?
That was my reasoning.
That's the plan.
The whole plan, yeah.
Okay, so it gets 1 die of armor. So the weapon will be blocked.
Successful because 1 die is 6, and I believe I have an AP of 7.
No. So it got a success is the point. So
okay.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, so it'll reduce the damage by 1. Can you please reduce your damage by 1? So we were at +4, we're now at +3, and make a roll.
Okay. So what? Just damage roll.
+3. Yeah.
+3.
Mm-hmm.
Can live with that.
Okay.
Oh God! Again.
Do you want to use one of your lucky strikes?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah.
To re-roll that damage roll. Please feel free. Once again with +3.
Ooh.
2 points of damage. Okay. There's an almighty bang. Okay, so the God, you're lucky. All right. So, Rabbit, you can thank the universe.
Yeah.
Because what the explosive did do was disrupt the secondary weapon on the tank.
Yeah.
So, just as the machine gunner was lining you up for a good solid whacking, the gun fails to fire as the ammo feed is disrupted due to the explosive blast of the weapon that's just gone off on its side. Obviously, throwing the actual machine gun asunder. Okay. Nicely done, RC. Can we get next in order, please?
Thank you.
Since we've done Rabbit, I think we'll go with our mate Jack. Jack, what would you like to do?
Again. Well, I'd really like to have another crack at these guys. What I can't quite remember what happened. The bomb went off. How many people are still in the farmhouse and barns?
You don't know.
How many gems?
They're like 80 meters away.
Okay. None of us know at the moment, so there's going to be.
Okay. I am gonna move again. So I can only move 1 square.
Unless you want to sprint and kind of just make that your action.
Yeah. Is there no such thing as like dash where you get?
Well, that's
to...
what I mean. If you use your full action and you don't do anything other than
Oh,
run,
I see what you mean. Yeah, no,
you'll get double
I don't want to do
movement.
that.
So feel free.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. But I am
Okay.
going to move. Can I move to here,
You can.
or am I only allowed to move? Can I move diagonally? Yeah.
No, yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And then I want to fire into this building,
Yeah.
which actually
Is now in 40 meters.
Yeah.
So no minus
Exactly.
1 die.
Huzzah. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to again fire 3 into this building with the hope of doing something. Anyway.
So you're doing a short burst now. So I think that adds to your dice roll.
Okay.
Short burst adds 2, if I remember correctly.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
Burst direct 2.
Yeah. 2. All right, brilliant.
Rapid fire. Sorry, it's rapid fire because you're doing 3 shots. It's not a burst. My apologies.
Yeah.
It's 1 dice.
1 dice. Okay, cool. That's fine. Right, let's go game, please.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Now they do have armor because they are actually in now a reasonably well fortified position. They're taking cover. I take away 1 of your successes, meaning you still have a success. So please feel free to roll your damage.
Blended.
Just
okay.
+2 for the weapon.
Okay, +2. Oh,
And it's
No, that's
Ten.
great. It's 10.
Oh, is that 10? Oh, good.
Yeah.
and 3 points of damage.
Hurrah!
Please roll your critical as you shoot one of the Germans as they're lining you
Okay.
up.
All right. How do I roll?
The crit roll is right next to the torso, flesh wound, count your lucky stars. Okay, well, not really, because I've basically been ruling 3 points of damage and the German is out. So 3 points of damage and the German is out. Okay, for simplicity. Right, last but certainly not least, Ripper, Mine Ripper. What would you like to do?
Well, again, I probably need a situation report after the explosion went off.
Well, you can hear the Germans going, swearing and shouting.
Yeah.
They were both only just caught in the blast of the explosive, so they are now on their way up the stairwell.
All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to wait in the door frame, and as soon as one pokes through the door frame, that the shiv is coming out and landing on them. And I'm going to attack. So I'm going to wait for them to push up into the upstairs.
All right. So for the sake of simplicity, let's assume they've done that. So make a stealth roll for me. Because I assume you're trying to strike with degree of surprise. You can add a bonus.
Yes.
Oh. You may not need to.
Okay.
No, you don't need to. I was going to give you a bonus 2 die actually, because
Okay.
well prepped, but that's okay. So yep, surprise. It's all about the surprise. So please feel free to stab a German with surprise. As a German
so
doesn't
now
need to appear in the doorway to kind of go what, and you go ah, and he goes
So I've got +2.
I think you'll find, Thomas, the
melee,
Germans never say
+2.
what.
don't they?
They only ever say Achtung!
Achtung!
4. So +4 to my close combat roll.
Indeed. Jonathan Blitzen.
Me, guys. Can't believe there's only 1 success.
Balls.
12 dice.
It's a hit,
Ridiculous.
but not a much.
It is a
hit. All right. Choices. Do you want to spend one of your lucky strikes to
Oh no, I'm out of lucky. My luck has run out.
Your luck has
pure,
run out.
I'm running on pure
Bonus last
adrenaline
words.
now.
Please make your roll.
It's just a damage roll, yeah.
Yep, with the damage bonus of the Kniffen.
Well, +1 of the shiv, right?
Mr. Stabby.
Mr. Pointy, I think I called him, but
That
yes.
is true, Mr. Pointy. I don't know. I looked at the chat. I think you're referring to him as Mr. Stabby sometimes too.
Yeah, I might have called him Mr. Stabby as well. Yeah, he's got multi names.
Nice with many
He's
names.
got many personalities.
Goes by many names.
All right,
It's
you
quite schizophrenic.
catch the German by surprise, but unfortunately for you, just minorly injure him. He, I think, would like to say, I think I've got the butt of my carabiner, and what I might do with that butt of my carabiner is whack you with it. That seems legit,
Yeah, it's
doesn't it? So I will roll my close combat, which is obscene. Okay. I don't get a bonus because I'm just using...
Ouch.
I'm just using the butt. Oh, well, it was obscene. God damn it. Alright. Damage modifier of 1, because it's basically a club. You take 1 point of damage as he tries to club you away from him. So you two are now sort of... He's belting you with the butt end of his carabiner. You're in there with the knifey, stabby thing. The German behind him is going, get out of the way, get out of the way, with his gun going, I can take him if you just get out of the way. I should probably spell German better than I have. Anyway, let's not German. Anyway, let's not dwell on my inadequacies.
I didn't want
German.
to mention that.
I don't think I can
German.
see this German.
German?
He's behind the front German.
Yeah, he's behind the front German. Okay, can I get... What's weird is I can't see that written down anywhere on the sheet. Why is it saying that? Anyway, no, it's a distraction. Can I get one last battle roll, please? I get 3 die, and you get 7. Go, El Rabatino.
7.
That's a 6-en. And a 6-en. Sounds like you got...
And
2
2
sixes.
6s.
And I got 1 6-en. So that sounds unfortunate, doesn't it?
12.
I have really not rolled well. I think that's an important comment on this entire battle. Okay.
I've got to say, I thought we were screwed, but
I
it
did
turns out
too.
we weren't.
Because I can't roll for crap. It's kind of speaking to my whole week. Okay.
2d6s. Okay.
So first one.
And the other
Oh,
one.
63.
63, of course.
And a 51.
Yeah, 50,
And a 53. 51, 63, 53.
So I went down to 5 dice, but you took me down to 0 dice.
Oof.
So, they break. And actually the way, I think, so you guys have successfully held the line. At that point, and it was scripted in, but considering the battle dice rolls will just make it a narrative element rather than a salvation element, you see 3 Shermans rolling up the road.
Watch out for the mines!
From your side of the fence line, as it were. So you see 3 Shermans rolling up the road towards that disabled Panzer coming in from behind. They were meant to be, if it all went very wrong, you'd get 3 Shermans suddenly appearing, but instead they're 3 Shermans suddenly appearing when it's all going very right, which is much worse for the Germans.
Here comes the cavalry.
Here comes the cavalry. So, yeah, so there's 3 Shermans. You've successfully held the line. 4 rounds of battle, and you've basically taken me from 8 dice to 0 dice, and you guys have lost.
Yeah.
You did take some battle dice loss in that last round, because you actually lost 2 die. But you guys end up at 5, I end up at 0. Alright. I think the only thing I just want to complete out, and apologies for just focusing on one thing, but I just want to get it done, is 1 round of Ripper v2 Germans.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Ripper, how did your battle go? 2 Germans and you. What do you want to do?
Well, he enters into a pure rage at this point,
Nah, of course
which will
he
give
does.
me +2 dice for arm CQB. We haven't got the sucker punch anymore, but I have still got my melee at +2 as well. So I still got my +4. So hoping for a bit of a better roll for this one.
Nice. Nice.
So I'm going to roll close combat with +4.
And that's
Still only
1
6. What is going on with this? Like, anyway.
Alright, Ripper.
Yeah.
1 die. roll your damage die against the German.
Come on, Mr. Pointy. You fucker.
All right, so the good news is 3 points and the German is out. So you've actually done 3 points of damage to this German. Because you did
Lovely.
1 with the mine, 1 with the first stab, 1 with the second stab, so he falls. The German directly behind him, however, who has suffered no damage, would like to speak to you about your actions and behaviours. So he is going to... What is he actually going to do? No, he's going to shoot you. He's not gonna
Write
stick
your
around.
letter.
He's not going to dick around.
It's bullet time.
It's bullet time. He sees you take out his friend. Are you lucky or unlucky? Let's see. 1 to 3, you're unlucky. 4 to 6, you're lucky. Yep.
Unlucky.
It's kind of how
How do you
going
mean
for Ripper,
unlucky?
really. Unlucky is he's got an MP40 as opposed to a
Ah.
carabiner, which gives him more options, albeit with less, with slightly less damage. But the submachine gun can fire a direct burst, which is what it will do. So that's +2. He's in pretty much close combat though. I think that actually gives him a -1. It should. No, it doesn't. Okay, interesting. I wouldn't have done it that way. Okay, so that would be burst direct. Okay. Ooh, 2 successes. All right. Damage. Oh, same as I'll shot you with the carabiner. Okay, so 2 for all of that. Ah, Ripper, you are a lucky bastard. Okay, so he shoots you. You take 2 points of damage. Please apply 2 to your injury box of your choice. I assume you're going to choose nimbly stuff, since otherwise you'll be affecting your close combat roll. Hello? Hello?
We can hear you, Thomas.
Oh, cool.
You good?
Yes, sorry,
Excellent. Yep.
Sorry, sorry. We'll just roll this out. So you've applied your
All right.
-2, I assume.
Yeah,
On your
by
first?
-2, yeah.
What would you like to have a stab at the German? You are now trapped. in the house.
Absolutely. I'm going to race straight for him. Like, one hand, grab the muzzle of his MP40,
Yep,
and then the other hand stabbing at him wildly.
go for it. I think we
Uh,
know how many dice
so-
you roll, so roll away. Maybe this time you'll
Yeah.
get more than 1 6.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, for you.
Is
How
that no
about-
sixes?
How about
Nice,
no
thanks.
6s? Okay.
Insane. I don't even know what the odds are of that. What's the odds of getting 0 6s on a 12 dice?
It's best
on
not to
12
dwell.
it's
It's really not. It doesn't
It's
take you
100%,
to
yes. Just
work that out.
Oh.
Oh!
Never think about the
Wow,
odds.
Bumbelina.
Okay, he, however, is not so badly. He's now using his bayonet. Damage score 2. Roll.
That's not good.
Another 2 points of damage.
Oh, that takes me down.
Takes you down. Okay.
Yeah.
I have some bad news, Ripper.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty decent run,
He's
but
had a good run.
the German does not leave you alive.
Yeah. Oh well.
So
It was a
in
good
the-
run, Ripper. Thank you.
It's that scene from, is it Band of Brothers? No, not Band of
Yeah,
Brothers.
Band of Brothers. No, yeah.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
It's the scene from Saving Private Ryan where the kind of junior private is walking in and the guy who's been really tough fights it out with the German. I can't remember what he is, but anyway, the German eventually just kills him. So it's you.
Yeah,
and
I
this-
mean,
it's you and that.
it was bound to happen.
It was. I feel like Ripper
Two
was.
successes on
I
two
feel like
successes on 36 dice.
2 6s on 36.
What
dice.
you don't realise is that particular German was an ex-prisoner who had a shiv of his own.
Yeah, he had his own shiv.
Yeah, he had his own shiv.
Got outshivved at his own game.
Well, I thought using the bayonet was just rubbing salt into the wound, really, wasn't it? It's like,
All right.
salty Mr. Stabby.
So
He had a good one.
So unfortunately, by the time you guys get to the manor house, which you do because the Germans pull back once the Shermans turn up, that first Panzer is just blown apart. It's barely functional, and the Shermans just pour rounds into it until it stops moving. The second Panzer attempts to flee, but is caught on the retreat. The rest of the Grenadiers break, make it back to La Friere, and then flee further away from the battlefield. When you get to the manor house, you find Ripper dead at the top of in that second floor with a dead German lying beside him. He's obviously been repeatedly stabbed by one of the Germans in the battle. You may or may not recall, but what's his name? God, now I'm having a moment. What's the name of the son? Who was the guy you guys were tracking with until you realised maybe not such a great guy?
Lavelle.
Lavelle, Lavelle. That's what I had in my mind. I just didn't trust myself. All right, so Lavelle was actually left in the manor house because Milton didn't trust him to not kind of ambitiously charge forward. So he had been parked in the manor house, or his unit had been parked in the manor house. So
one that was blown up, you mean?
Yeah, so he himself wasn't taken out, but he's now even more furious. Because his perception is, he wasn't... No, anyway. There's a kind of massive explosive debate between the two of them. Now Lavelle is claiming that Milton deliberately left him in a highly exposed position. It gets pretty ugly, and Milton once again is forced to pull rank to get it under control. All right, so that is where we will leave it. Now, a couple of minor notional things. So, Ripper, we'll have to, Stewie, do you want to roll up another character? Are you cool to do that?
Yeah. Like how many sessions have we got left? Because I guess it's probably best that I just pick one rather than rolling up some random stuff and taking ages of time with it. I'll just pick a role and just make a character that's built around that, right? Like.
Yeah. Just look. I haven't really. I mean, look, it's 2 weeks is my point, so you can actually roll up a character in the 2 weeks, and feel free to do so. Is kind of my point. But it'll just be someone in the platoon. So it'll just be a paratrooper in the platoon. You can just make sure that they're capable of being a paratrooper, or you could play the French resistance fighters.
No, no one likes them.
No one likes them. No, that's a fair comment. I mean, they're not the world's most popular humans.
So no, it's fine. I'll roll up a character. I probably won't do life path just because
pick a
I'll just pick some.
Yeah, you want to fall in love with a character just for the last adventure.
Yeah, exactly.
Next sessions will be all around Karatan. The way I see that working is it'll be 3 sessions. There's actually there's a very role-playing intense session. Then there's probably a pretty full-on... there's a full-on battle session and a full-on role-playing session, and then there's the kind of final resolution of both event sets, which we will play out. And I think that'll take us 3 sessions to get through. Buckle up and be ready for that.
Sure.
Cool. Thanks, Thomas. That was good. Cheers, man.
That being rude, do we get experience points?
I think you do. I think that is legit. Actually, no, that is not rude at all. That is completely fair. So let me go to the inevitably almost impossible to find experience table. Because it's year 0. There's a special magic to experience in year 0 that is... Oh no, it's on page 52. Oh my god, there's an index. Oh my god, it actually has it listed. These are not things I'm used to in a year 0 book. Okay, 53, 52. Did you participate in the session? Yes, you did. Did you receive more than one or more foo bars? Not really, actually. Most of you didn't. None of you re-rolled a foo bar roll because none of you bloody failed except for poor old Ripper.
I spent a point on a roll, but that doesn't count.
Right.
I didn't have any food
I
bars.
failed
Right?
one.
Yeah, that's
I
not
failed once
described. That's
also.
not a new. That's not a full bar.
Calculation is: did you complete your
Okay.
overall mission or fail, or give it a good try? So you absolutely nailed the mission. 3 XP for that. None of you kind of really exposed yourself to, like, none of you were really charging in to save someone else's life. Once again, my dice rolling helped you there. I'm going to.
Yeah, I might have gone back to save Rabbit, but
You might
Yeah,
have, yes,
yeah.
but luckily
We come.
the
You're coming up
didn't
to
need to.
didn't need to.
You're
All right,
coming
so
from my
5
foot
XP,
only.
guys. 5 XP,
5 XP.
which is enough to
God,
sort
that
of
must be up to
get
8.
a skill level up to your attribute level to give you a hint. So you could all just buy a skill point in something and roll with that.
If we had some XP over from last time, because I believe I had 1 XP point left.
Won't be
does
enough.
that-
You need
Yeah,
7.
I have 3
3 unspent. Well,
unspent.
Then you
I'm
can
up to
go
8.
much further.
Right, I'll have to look at the rules on that one.
Page 52 of said rules.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
that's one of the
Okay.
parts that is really well descripted.
Yeah.
And how to do it. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Well,
do we
thank
do
you,
we
Thomas.
do we Thomas? Do we sort of regain our
Yes.
slight
Oh yeah.
bonus?
All of your wounds are washed away and all of that stuff. Yeah.
Except for Rippers, of course.
Except for Rippers.
Yeah, well,
Well,
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Too soon.
I'm still mourning him.
he gets a nice flag.
Yeah, he
We're
does.
all mourning him. We are washing your wounds. We're
Thank you.
preparing your body.
With our tears.
That is. All right. That's
No,
beautiful.
not so much without tears. I think with stories of he was a psycho, wasn't he?
See,
He was a
that's-
nutter. He was a madman.
He
Right?
was never going to last.
Always
No.
10 meters ahead of the rest of the platoon.
We do make sure that
And
the
of course,
ship.
the important thing is he's got a lot of cigarettes on us.
Yeah, we
does.
better
Yeah, we
not
do make
decide.
sure that the shift goes into the body bag.
Nice, thank you.
Mm.
I think I speak for everyone when I say that's a nice touch. I also like
Mr.
the fact
Pointy
that
would have
people are
wanted
now
to be buried.
stealing all of the cigarette cases that he dutifully carried from.
Redistributing the cigarettes,
be a
not
little bit.
stealing
Yeah.
them.
Oh, sorry. Redistributing the
Yeah.
cigarettes across the
Mm.
platoon.
Just like communist Russia.
All right, guys. Good session. I will
Thanks very much.
talk to you all later.
Okay,
Yeah.
see you
Thank
too.
you.
See you later.
Posting
See you
Thanks,
later.
everyone.
Thanks,